order the Board of Aldermen meeting for November 4th, 2024. May I have roll call, please?
Alderman Sykes.
Here.
Alderman Boler.
Here.
Administrator Welty.
Here.
Mayor Bailey.
Here.
Attorney Glass.
Here.
Alderman Salmon.
Here.
Alderman Shaw.
Here. Will everybody join me for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item we have is the consent agenda for the council report, the Board of Aldermen, 10/21/24.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented. I'll second.
May I have roll call, please?
Alderman Sykes.
Aye.
Alderman Boler.
Aye.
Alderman Salmon.
Aye.
Alderman Shaw.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Unfinished business, animal nuisance issue, Administrator Welty.
Yes, Mayor, members of the board, thank you. The Planning and Zoning Board did not approve this and bring it to you with their unanimous consent, and they have asked me to set up a special workshop sometime before the end of the year. I didn't really get a lot of parameters on when, but they want to sit down and talk about this ordinance a little bit in a similar fashion to what we did with the park board. I told them I would attempt to try and get this set up. So I guess right now we're going to go ahead and just move on past this, and I will look at the calendar and send some emails out, and we can see if we can't find a time for us to get together and have a special board meeting to talk about the animal ordinance.
I would personally like to go to the first of the year because the holiday season, I've got a lot going on. And we've waited 4 years. And there's nothing wrong with the ordinance that we have, in my opinion. So I'd like to go to the first of the year, after the first of the year.
I will take that into consideration.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Charlene.
Yeah, I would second that.
All right, I've made note of that. Thank you, Mayor.
New business, we have environmental risk grant award presentation.
Yeah, we've got Jeff here from Merma today. I met Jeff at the MML conference a little while back, and we had a nice conversation with Jeff. It seems that I think the police department has won a grant, and Jeff's here to kind of explain it to you guys, so I'll turn it over to him.
Thank you, Mayor, Council, again, thank you for your time. Like you said, my name is Jeff Arp. I'm one of the loss control consultants with Merma. I've been with Merma for 27 years, and it seems like he made a comment walking out of his office at that time of year. I've been to several of these meetings over 27 years, so you guys have done a really good job of taking advantage of this program. But back Merma is a self-insurance pool that the city's been a member of since the mid-'80s. We provide you with a comprehensive coverage packet. We process and handle claims, and we spend a lot of money, time, and effort promoting the best practices in risk management. We accomplish that through our monthly newsletter, seminars, annual meetings, multiple visits, several other ways we do that. You can also take advantage of our different reimbursement programs. And one program in particular, and what he just referenced, is this risk grant program. It was put together several years ago to help members offset the cost of equipment you identified the need for. That fits within our risk management mission statement. This past year, we received an application from the PD for funding for a dash camera. The committee met and awarded $3,375 to go towards one of those cameras. I do have a plaque here tonight to present. I do not have a check, but I'm assured it's supposed to be in the mail the next couple of days. So if you don't get it by the end of maybe next week, I would check on this IOU. I'm going to leave you tonight. The check should be being processed right now. I'd like to thank the chief and his department for again taking advantage of this program, and hopefully we'll be back here again next year to redo this again. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Jeff.
Mayor, thank you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Enjoy the rest of your meeting.
Thank you, Jeff.
See you, Chief.
Thanks, Jeff. Oh, yeah.
Have a safe drive home. New Next, we need a motion to approve the purchases of various IT equipment and services with ARPA funds / city funds for an amount not to exceed $50,811.53.
Thank you, Mayor, and I will call your attention to a new form that I've included in the packet here. It's going to be right after the minutes. So I just want to call attention to this real quick because I want the board to understand what I'm doing here. So moving forward, Charlene, this is what I talked to you about in my office the other day. Moving forward, starting in January, we're going to begin using this form for anything that moves forward to the Board of Aldermen. What this form does is it gives the board a little bit more information about what they're voting on. I think it's very important that we make sure that our elected officials understand what they are voting on. And I think we need to make sure that we're holding staff accountable for the purchases that they're making when they're spending taxpayer dollars. And so what this does is it provides you with the general information about what we're trying to do. It tells you what requests we're making. It notates the ordinance specifically that we are using to make this purchase. And then, if applicable, it provides information about budget. And then if you turn to the next page, you'll see the department comments that kind of lay out what the department head is trying to do. So in this case, what I'm doing is I'm telling you that the current ARPA balance, the money that we have left, the money that we have to allocate before the end of 12/31, is $198,760.27. Now, tonight, I'm asking you to spend $48,340.64 of that to go towards this IT purchase. About a week ago, the main server for the city crashed. Now, we were able, through our IT management company and Tyler Technologies, we were able to breathe life support into it, but it is dying. It has been in operation since 2014, and it is end of life. And so we are going to go ahead and spend some money to replace that. We're going to use ARPA funds to do that. We're also going to include several other computers that are not current on their Windows version and kind of clean up some of that. This is all money, board members, that we were going to spend out of our own coffers. And so the roof is expensive. The roof, all told, is about $400,000 to fix. So what I did was I took the biggest chunk of the roof, which is $150,000, and I'll have that before you at the next meeting so that we can get that approved. And we're going to use ARPA funds with that. The other pieces, we're going to go over what we had available in ARPA, and I just felt like it was probably better that we use the remaining money to kind of fix our IT here. And so that's what I did. Now, in order to do this, we are going to have to spend $2,470.89 of our own money to make it all balanced, but that's fine. We've got that in our budget, and I do recommend approval.
I'll do that now. We need to do that now?
Yep.
Then I will make that motion to approve the purchase of the IT equipment and services with ARPA funds.
I'll second.
May I have roll call, please?
Alderman Sykes.
Aye.
Alderman Boyd.
Aye.
Alderman Sanders.
Aye.
Alderman Sharp.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Just to clarify, that's with the ARPA funds and the city contributing the extra $2,400.
Correct.
Yes, Kurt. Thanks for pointing that out, sir.
I think that's what they meant to say. As presented.
Next, we have the budget amendment. Administrator Wilkie.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to ask the board to basically just remove this. Over the weekend, as you know, I finished up the budget. I've also been chasing some corruption and errors in our computer system, and what I realized over the weekend was that when Russell put this together for me, an error had occurred in our computer system, which caused it to use the wrong budget year. I wish I would have caught this earlier. I do apologize, but had an opportunity to spend the entire weekend here at City Hall. You'll find my sleeping bag in the back. And during my time here, I really dug into things, and one of the things I found was that this error needs to be addressed before we can really move forward with these budget amendments. So if you would please humor me and let's just remove it, and I will bring it back once I get the corruption in the system fixed, and we will do one big, large, sweeping budget amendment either near the end of the year or right after in the January time. I do apologize for that. I wish I would have caught it earlier, but I was kind of one-track mind with the budget, so.
So we're still having the meeting on the 6th? No, what day was it? This week?
Yes,
We're in?
yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. I didn't know if it affected that.
It
That's
did
why I
not.
was asking.
No. So Kurt, I don't know, do they need to can we just move on?
Move on.
Okay,
Put
cool.
it on the agenda next meeting.
Next, we have ordinances. We only have one.
So I would like to introduce bill number 2024-42 for first and second reading by title only.
Bill number 2024-42, an ordinance approving the Casablanca subdivision Phase 2 final plat, tract of land being part of the northwest quarter of Section 24, T42 North, R1 west of the 5th PM in the city of St. Clair, Franklin County, Missouri. Second reading, an ordinance approving the Casablanca subdivision Phase 2 final plat, tract of land being part of the northwest quarter of Section 24, Township 42 North, R1 west of the 5th PM in the city of St. Clair, Franklin County, Missouri.
I move to approve bill number 2024-42 as read. I'll second.
Are there any questions about this bill? May I have roll call, please?
Alderman Sykes.
Aye.
Alderman Boyd.
Aye.
Alderman Owen.
Aye.
Alderman Shaw.
Aye.
Motion carries. Bill number 2024-42 becomes ordinance number 2188. There are no resolutions. Attorney Boss?
Nothing, Mayor.
Commissioner Rutherford?
Yeah, just a couple of quick things. First of all, I do want to recognize, as you guys know, I've been doing this at every meeting, and today I'd like to recognize Amanda in our building department. She is really one of our go-getters. She is somebody that has done a lot of volunteer work around some of our events. She's also recently volunteered to be a permanent fixture with our park board. And since I have joined the staff, she has been one of the most reliable people that I've been able to work with. And I am just tickled to have her on my staff. And I want to make sure the board understands that she just does a really good job. And your staff works very hard around here. So I want to point that out. And then, of course, earlier today, you guys all got a copy of the proposed 2025 budgets in your email. We'll be going over that Wednesday afternoon. Hopefully we can do it all in one meeting. It is a little bit of a different format, so you're probably not used to seeing that. We'll talk a little bit about that at the meeting, and I'll kind of walk you through it. Obviously, you guys know you hired a budget nerd, so I'm excited about this stuff and have worked really hard on this and really looking forward to kind of presenting it to you and getting everybody's ideas and thoughts on 2025. So other than that, I'll turn it back over to you, Mayor.
Happy to do the budget. Jason's not here. Chief?
Nothing at this time.
Craig?
Nothing at this time.
Alderman Sykes?
Just that the park board will have a Christmas workshop on November 21st at 6 PM. And then our monthly meeting will follow that following Tuesday.
Any of the board members have anything? The public wish to address the board? The anything further, our next meeting will be Wednesday the 6th for a budget workshop from 1 to 5. And then our regular meeting will be November 18th at 7 p.m. If there's nothing any further, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Doesn't sound like there's any opposed. Motion carries. Be safe out there, weather.
Is there a new Wi-Fi? Yep. Change of the tech on the Wi-Fi?
You know, we had our phone systems migrated yesterday by the IT people, and I've noticed all day some intermittent issues occurred, so I would chalk it up to that. Let me see what I can find out.
See what kind of crowd there is. Watch the Zoo game.
Can you send me a copy of it? Mayor, do you want to come down there and get a picture of Chief?
Yeah.
Good evening. Are you on the code?